welcome to Season 2, Episode 14 of the Creatorcast. With us, we have Stone Spida. Hi.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me here. Really cool.
My pleasure. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Getting over a pretty nasty cold or flu. Who knows what it was. So that's why I sound a bit stuffy if I do. But besides that, doing pretty good.
Good.
How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I got home from school like just a little bit ago, so.
Oh, nice.
I'm chilling.
Any homework?
Dude, we have a month left of school. I'm failing. I have a 20% in one class. I need to do work.
No. That's no fun. I feel you though. School's for chumps. Just kidding. Don't quote me on that. But no, I feel you. It can be rough.
You're also working on your stone suit, aren't you?
Yes, I am, and I am so excited for it. I'm killing two birds with one stone because like one of my favorite color schemes is purple and green, and that's why I love Green Goblin so much. So getting to use purple and green on this suit and getting this suit out of the way is going to be super cool. I'm really excited for it.
You'll have something to wear next year.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully Instagram won't get mad at me again.
And so, is it going to be more like following the design of a classic suit or something like completely different?
I mean, it's gonna have sort of the rough aspects of your standard Spidey suit, I'd say, but for the most part, I'd say the layout of it will be pretty different. I can send you the photo if you want.
Sure.
But basically, it has a lot of Oriental inspiration with the clouds and stuff. Because I don't know if you know like those swirly clouds and like a lot of those like Chinese paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
The way they do like smoke and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna have a lot of that, and I've never really seen that on a Spidey suit. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool, pretty unique, which is what I always try to go for with my suits.
I love it. And then is the logo gonna be green?
Yeah, the front logo is I've turned a marijuana leaf like into a spider, and then the back logo it's like a little devil spider smoking a joint, and then that's where all the smoke going into the suit will be coming out of.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, my Sona, the Red Recluse, probably.
Yeah,
that.
I wanted to ask you about that. That's a fucking amazing suit.
Thank you. It was like one of the first. It's probably like the first like original Spidey thing I ever came up with, like way before I even made my Instagram account or anything like that. And I don't know. I always stuck with him. He never really left my brain. I knew one day I was gonna suit, so it's super cool to have him.
That's awesome. And did you design it?
Yeah, fully designed by me.
But like, I don't know. I love your suit. And I feel like the eyes are very you, but I feel like I haven't seen that really done before, the way you have them.
Right? Yeah, I don't know where the idea really came from. They did take inspiration from Scarlet Spider. They originally didn't even have frames. They were just like pure white. And then as the Spider showed me like his idea of like adding thin black frames on it, and I was like, you know what? I like it. It's a good look. And it works out. I think it was exactly what tied it together.
Hell yeah. Dude,
It gives it that little bit of edginess it needed.
I feel like the black frames really help like tie it all together.
Yeah, I tried to make them really shiny too, and like they're in so many layers of like spray paint and Plastidip and God knows what else. I spent days just layering them to try to get them right.
So wait, did S just design them and then you made it fully? Like you physically made it?
Yeah, so he made me the face shell file, and I have a 3D printer, so from there I took over, and I went over all of that. It took me quite a few prints. First it was too small, and then one of the lenses was wonky. It was a lot of trial and error. 3D printing is not my favorite thing, but
is it anybody's?
No, it's not at all. It's a mission.
You're not wrong about that. I'm real quick. I'm gonna use this moment to shamelessly plug. By the way, if you ever don't want to make your own face shell, I'm doing face shell commissions for $70. So check it out on my Instagram.
All right, I will. I will. There will definitely be more face shells that I need. So I'm trying to be best friends with everyone in the community, pretty much. Because I mean, obviously, there's people that do things I disagree with here and there, but I mean, the last thing I want to do is start drama. This is one of the most drama-free communities I've ever seen, and so I think it's best we try to keep it that way.
I completely agree. I think that is a very because like nobody wants to deal with that kind of stuff. Nobody wants to be cosplaying and have somebody be totally toxic to them.
No, yeah, that's one of the main like bad things that I noticed is people are just always bashing on, the design of someone's suit or the creativity of this or that. And it's like we're all doing our own thing, man, we're all Spider-Man in one way or another, so let's not hate.
I found out this is really funny and I just remembered it because I feel like it kind of ties back to what you're saying. We have a hater for the Creatorcast and it's our first one.
Oh, who is it? If I can ask.
I'll send you the message after because I don't want to like openly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good. Damn. I don't
but
know
I'm
how
like
could
that.
someone hate on the creator cast. I literally can't think of something to hate at all.
I'm like that's how I know that I'm doing good if somebody is hating on me.
No, yeah, literally, the more when you know you're not doing anything wrong and you have, that means you're making people jealous, which is even better than impressing people because you're really doing something right.
Hell yeah. I do also want to. Okay, I want to ask. So you have your like iconic pose. It's been dubbed the stone pose.
Yeah,
How
damn,
did
I'm
that come to
surprised you
be?
brought that up. I was doing a shoot with, this was before I had my recluse suit, but I had the mask, and so I was wearing those lenses on my classic suit, and then I was just trying to come up with the wackiest poses I could for that little post I did, and then people really liked that one weird pose I did, and a bunch of people were redoing it and like just telling me about it, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a name, I'll make it a thing.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that though, because I feel like
Thank you.
you have a pose.
Yeah, it feels weird to be honest. I'm almost at 1,000 followers too, which is also really weird because I started like a little bit over 4 months ago. Like I'm super new here, and everyone keeps telling me like I'm growing really, really fast, and I think it's dope. I'm really glad people like my stuff because I'm just here to dump all my things. I'm just here.
Dude, I think we've been cosplaying the same amount of time. That's awesome. That's also
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's super crazy.
It always throws me off whenever we have people on here that are like either A older than me or B younger than me. Wait, sorry. I meant older than me but still new to this.
Hmm.
Or people that are
Right?
younger
Yeah.
than me and better at it.
Dude, that's how I feel with so many people. Like I'm definitely one of the slightly older people in this community, and like we have people like, Cooked Bunny. He's like 14 or 15, and he's like one of the most creative and like nice and well-informed cosplayers I've ever seen. Like just ever. Like he's so great for such a young guy. He's definitely going places.
Or like I think Deacon Fox, like he's
Oh,
on his third iteration of an ultimate suit and he's 14.
dude, I every time I'm reminded of that guy's age, I'm shocked. He was one of the first like Spidey accounts I followed just because he was one of the first that like popped up because he's that big, and it blows my mind. He's talented beyond belief. Like I don't know when I'm ever gonna reach that level of like suit making.
Dude. So wait, that does make me ask. Do you sew or like do you regularly sew?
My first time sewing ever was the 500 suit where I sewed the poncho and the mask. And besides that, I've sewed a couple other masks, and I'm still doing my best to learn. I think I have an old sewing machine back at my parents' place. I'm gonna try to get my hands on, because sewing by hand is not fun. I'm already done with it. I'm very much done with it. But yeah, I'm completely new to sewing. I'm a total noob for the most part.
That's incredibly fair. I tried sewing a mask a while back, and I wish I still had it. I think I threw it away maybe, but I could not get it on my head.
Oh, yeah, that was literally my struggle with my first attempt at the 500 mask. It was too tight. And I sat there contemplating for a while. I'm like, maybe I'll just stick with it because like it still looks good. It's fine. I sat with it on for like 10 minutes. I was like, no, I can't breathe. I gotta make a new one.
Fair. But like, oh my gosh. And then when you have the ones that like don't stretch properly, even though they like feel like they should,
Hmm.
oh, I hate it.
It's, yeah, fabric is so, it does not behave like it should. Even when it says four-way stretch, sometimes it'll literally only stretch like one way, and it'll stretch like a tiny bit the other way, and then it'll be like, well, and then in situations like that, you have to sew the mask like extra wide just so it fits, and then it'll just look wonky at that point, and so you got to start all over again.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, we've been talking about your 500 suit a lot. What was that for?
That was for 500 followers. I've never reached that many followers on anything. Like this account is still like the biggest social media thing I've ever done. So like when I hit 500, I was like, damn, that's really cool. I want to celebrate it somehow. And so the suit was very, very fan voted. Like a lot of the designs, like logos and the lenses, like I had polls for different designs I did, and everything was voted on by my followers for the most part.
I absolutely love that. And the Superior Spider-Man still had 4 legs.
Bro, oh my god, that speaking of that suit, that I don't it's really I don't know if Marvel will ever top that suit in terms of like a long Spider-Man run for like a completely new suit. I don't know if I don't know if we'll ever see a suit like that for that amount of time. That's that good.
Dude, I
So
adore
good.
that suit.
I've never heard someone say the slightest thing about it like negatively. It's perfect.
Yeah. Like,
It really is superior.
yes. I, mm, I like it sometimes. I've been like looking at a lot of art for it recently, and there are different ways that they design it that really bother me.
Oh yeah.
Like I honestly really don't know, but the Ramos drawing of it is perfect.
Oh yeah. No, that guy doesn't miss with his art. Not at all.
Everything is just so goofy, but in such a perfect way.
I agree. I agree. And I think, even though Insomniac is known to butcher suits, I think their version of it, like, even though they didn't really do much to it, that their rendition of it was so clean and so great. It's like one of the only suits I use when I play Spider-Man 2. It's so gorgeous.
Dude,
They really nailed it there.
I cannot wait to play Spider-Man 2.
Oh, you haven't played it?
I don't have a PS5, so
That's
I
fair.
have managed to avoid spoilers for it up until now.
Damn, that's really impressive.
I feel like when you start think like I feel like it's kind of impressive on its own, but when you start realizing that I run a podcast where I talk to Spider-Man people every week.
No, yeah, that's wow. I'm shocked you've avoided spoilers. I feel like I saw spoilers well before playing it because I hadn't played until like March.
I still don't know who Venom is.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so I'm
my
happy.
lips are sealed. My lips are sealed, but I can promise you're gonna enjoy it. I think the story is better than people let on. I think it's super good. I really enjoyed it.
How
Obviously, it
did you
has its
compare it to the
bugs, but
first
like
game?
the first game is better. Just the first game will always be better story wise. Man, like I don't know. There's something about the first game that just grabs your heart and throws you around. It's so emotional and such a roller coaster. I love the first game. 10 out of 10. I'd give the second one like an 8.5, but like just because it was on the PS5 and it was really new and there was more mechanics, I still enjoyed it the same. I'd say, like
Fair.
gameplay wise, it's super great.
Do you know one thing I absolutely loved about the first game, and I don't know if it's been carried over to the second, like I said, I haven't played it, but is just the way it's kind of like how in comics one of the things I see complained about is that in Peter Parker's life it's like, oh, one big event, next big event, next big event. It's like those things overlap. Like he takes down Fisk, there's the Rise of the Demons, and then there's Doc Ock as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pacing is really impressive though for how much they have stuffed into that game. The pacing is crazy.
Yeah.
It makes you think why movies like Spider-Man 3 or The Amazing Spider-Man 2 flopped as hard as they did, when they didn't have nearly as much stuffed into them, I'd say.
I honestly, Spider-Man 3 is one of my favorite movies just because I grew up with it.
Dude, I love it. I love it to death. No matter that the story isn't perfect, and I think it's one of the worst Venoms we've seen, just in terms of like how lame and underwhelming it was. I still love it. Like the CGI for its time is so not talked about. Like Sandman looks perfect. He
Yeah.
looks like he was animated today. He looks perfect. Everything is so good. And I love how they really do well with the aggression that Spider-Man starts to get when he gets the black suit. Like Toby becomes a douche, and they do a good job of showing it.
You know, one thing I really wish they kind of did instead of the whole thing that happened, and I know this realistically wouldn't have happened because of like the studios and everything. I think the story would have been good if he never got rid of Venom in that movie. If they saved it for like Spider-Man 4 and that's when they got rid of Venom.
Yeah, like I understand the black suit arc happening, but I don't think we needed to see Venom yet, to be honest. He could
Yeah.
have got it off of him, and like maybe we could have even seen like like Eddie get it, but like I don't think we needed to see Venom at all in that movie, to be honest.
Yeah. It seemed unnecessary. I mean, it was necessary given the studios, but like
Yeah, I've heard Sam Raimi talk about how like he was really rushed with making that movie. Like he wasn't ready to make it. He said he didn't have much knowledge at all on like how the symbiotes worked or like anything like that. He didn't really have enough time to prepare, which is sad.
yeah, he was forced to include Venom, which sucks because Venom is such a good character.
Yeah, and I was kind of underwhelmed too with Harry's Green Goblin, like because there was actually an original design I saw a few days ago. He had like a whole different one than Norman's, and I don't know why. There was a lot of things they could have done to make him more interesting. I feel
Yeah.
it was very very minimal.
But and then Tasm was just a mess. The suit was great, but they somehow hit the important beats of Death of Gwen Stacy, which was something I feel like that movie got incredibly.
That scene is one of the Spider-Man scenes of all time. It was done, especially like the little hand coming out of the web and everything. So cool, so cool.
Okay, so I do want to ask because I realize I haven't asked a question in a bit. What kind of stuff do you do outside of Spidey cosplay?
Well, I really love to draw. That's probably like I'd say like that's the thing I'm best at. Besides like, I guess like Spider-Man knowledge and things like that. I do play guitar, and I am in a band for that as well. Like hardcore punk and things like that.
What's your band's name?
Right now we're called Paper Moth. We're thinking of changing it though, because there's another big band coming up in our scene called Paper Wing, and we're like, ugh. So now we don't want to seem like those guys, because like we haven't really put ourselves out there yet, so it'll totally seem we're stealing their thunder. But yeah, for now we're Paper Moth, and what we're really doing is just writing a lot of our own stuff. We want to have as much music written as possible before we like start performing.
I respect that.
I'll
Okay.
definitely I'll definitely be posting about it once we start dropping stuff.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully by the end of this year.
You'll have Creatorcast listeners.
Nice. Super cool.
And then so I know a lot of the people we've had on here are either like wanting to or in the process or of making fan films or wanting to be voice actors. Would you ever want to do any of that stuff?
Yes, absolutely yes. I love the idea of voice acting, being in a fan film, directing a anything. I just want to make Spidey content in like
Hell yeah.
in other ways besides cosplaying. I would love to do that for sure.
Dude, I love it.
I have a friend who's like big into film and like he's super talented with all that stuff. So, and he already told me like if I ever have a script that he'd be down to like help me work on a Spidey film. So maybe one day soon,
Dude, you ever do it? Send it. I want to watch that.
for sure. You know, there's a new Spidey fan film that just came out like 4 days ago. I saw it on YouTube and it actually blew my mind. Like it was actually for like a fan film made by just some friends. It was amazing, I'd say.
Do you know what it was
It
called?
was called like it was called I can check right now on my history, but I think it was something Ultimate Spider-Man. Here it is. The Ultimate Spider-Man, a Studio X fan film is the name.
Okay. Oh yeah, Studio X.
Came out 5 days ago. It only has 50K views. It deserves a lot more. It is so good.
This will also be coming out like 2 weeks from filming this, so
Oh
go
yeah.
watch it.
Well, everyone should watch it if you haven't by the time you're seeing this.
So, are you going to go see all the Spider-Man movies in theaters?
I'm gonna see the third Toby one on Monday, and then I'm gonna see TASM 2 in theaters just because like that CGI is gonna be so cool to see in theaters. And then besides that, nah, I'm not really seeing. I don't really care for any of the Tom Holland movies like at all. I guess that's one of my hot takes on Spidey things. I really was not a fan of any of Tom's movies. I mean, No Way Home was obviously good in its regards for certain scenes, but yeah, I really wasn't that big on how they wrote him or anything like that.
Wow.
However, for Spider-Man 4, Tom Holland's Sam Raimi is supposed to be directing it, so that will be pretty exciting. I'm gonna keep an open mind to that for sure.
I'm excited for that. I'm kind of worried about that though, just simply for the reason of like multiverse of madness.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a million things that could go wrong.
yeah. But hopefully they won't.
Yeah, just gotta hope.
No, I one of my top Tom movies of all, or sorry, I already spoiled it. One of my top Spider-Man movies of all time is Spider-Man Far From Home. So
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, obviously, it was life. I saw it in theaters too, so it was very like crazy. Like no one would have ever thought they would have done something like that. I never would have thought they would have done something like that.
I never would have thought the MCU would do something like that.
Yeah,
Do you know Scott and Brad well?
I'd say recently I've been coming to know them pretty well actually. Yeah, they've kind of been adopting me as one of their friends. I'd say I've got to join their little Discord server, and I'm in a few group chats. They're super cool. They're some of my favorite people in the community for sure, and some of the most talented, I'd say.
I'm really looking forward to the Untitled show, which I feel the need to bring up in every single.
Dude, yes, shout it out as much as you can. That's gonna be so cool. I can't wait for that.
Because we had Scott on here 2 episodes ago,
hmm
and we had like a whole conversation about the Untitled show, and dude, I'm so excited for it.
Dude, it's just it's so aggressively unique. I feel
Yeah.
like just everything about Brad's designs are just so aggressively unique. He's such a he does not give himself the hype he deserves. He's so good, and he's been so helpful to me just with a lot of designs and tips and things like that. He gave me a lot of tips on mask sewing, which is probably one of the only reasons my 500 mask came out good at all. So yeah, I owe a lot to him. And Scott too is just super cool guy, super talented. Cobweb is awesome. They're both
And
just awesome.
they're incredible guys. I've had the pleasure of talking to both of them, and I honestly can say like they're both like up in my top interviews.
Oh yeah. I think I listened to most of the one you did with Scott. I have to listen to Brad's interview.
Brad's interview is one of the older ones. That was like episode 8 of the first season.
Well,
It's
old is
okay.
gold.
We'll just have to get him back on here and redo it.
Oh yeah, he definitely deserves a second run on here.
No, I Brad is amazing. He made my web shooters that I use for my suit. But I want to wait until his Beppis V2 is finished.
Oh yeah, he helped make me the file for the new web shooters that I've been using on my stuff.
Really?
Yeah, we were on a Discord call and like he had me be as picky as I wanted and like we custom modeled them together, and then after I printed them, I went crazy with the wires and stuff. But yeah, he was the only reason I have those web shooters.
Dude, I love that. What kind of web shooter person are you? Are you a wraparound or a Tasm style?
Definitely wraparound. The more bulky and obvious, the better. I like when they're just super showy and like techy, wires sticking out, all that kind of stuff. I love when they're extra. You can kind of tell on the web shooters on my 500 suit, like they're huge. They're like this long.
Yeah.
I love
I
them.
know for me, I'm doing a fan film over the summer that I'm gonna have to make web shooters for, and I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
make like the crappiest web shooters ever.
Oh man,
Like I think in my designs and everything, I've called them the crap web shooters.
that's crazy. I'm sure they're not that bad.
They're meant to be that bad.
Oh, okay. Well, in a good way then. I'm sure they're that bad in a good way.
Yeah.
Adds to the
But
charm.
we're close to wrapping it up, so I do have a few questions I would like to ask you. First off, what what do you think is your favorite cosplay you've done?
Probably definitely my 500 suit, just because it's something I made entirely myself, and it was so well received. So it felt really good. It gave me a lot of confidence to like keep making suits. Like that was kind of like a test run more than anything of like, if people like this, I'll keep making suits. If not, I guess I'll buy suits. But people really liked it, so I plan to keep crafting. It
Hell
definitely
yeah,
was
that's awesome.
a Kickstarter for me.
Nice. Wait, did you say you did start a Kickstarter?
No, it was like a Kickstarter in my like suit making.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Um, and then also, here's a big one. What do you think will happen to the character Spider-Man 2099 when the year 2099 rolls around? Now,
Oh
also,
man.
real quick, Marvel just put out a thing called 2099 Annihilation, and I think they stole it from us because we've been asking this question.
Wow, that's crazy. I might have to look into that. I haven't heard of that. As for the question though, I don't know if he doesn't get like the craziest fan film, like not fan film, if he doesn't get the craziest like official of all time, like he needs like the coolest like live action movie ever, in my opinion. Like, but I want it to be like old school comic book 2099. Like that's my favorite rendition of him. I love him in his original comics. I'm not the biggest fan of the Spider-Verse 2099. It's cool, it's fresh, it's new, but something so like edgy and like grimy about the old one. And I also just love like old school futuristic things, like the way the future was kind of portrayed back then. It super cool, super dope. I love flying cars and all that crap.
Well, here's the
So
thing.
yeah,
In the year 2099, will he still be Spider-Man 2099 or will he just be Spider-Man?
that's a good point.
Because
That's a crazy point.
they're not gonna
Yeah.
kill off Peter.
Now that you say that, 2099 is kind of an early year choice, like for his name. Now that I think about it, like, because I mean, we're gonna be around, so like, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow. I wonder what they're gonna do. I think it'd be cool if he takes the mantle by then.
Yeah.
That might be cool.
But yeah, and then okay, you said you like the old suit. Do you like or the old like style and everything? How do you feel about the white suit?
I hate it. I straight up do not like it. I think it's, I don't know. I just think it doesn't do it right. I think it's just doesn't look like a Spidey suit at all. I like
Interesting.
it as a suit. I think it's a cool thing, but I don't think it's Spider-Man or 2099 or anything at all like that. I've never been a fan.
You know 2099's logo doesn't really look like a spider, right?
You know, I hear that and I get that, but I don't know. I like it so much. To me, it looks like a spider. To me, if you try hard enough and if you like it enough, anything could be a spider.
I, I guess that's true.
But yeah, I know it's more skull-like, and that was also because like I'm pretty sure that when he got the suit, the original one, like it wasn't even like it was something stolen from like some sort of festival or something. It wasn't even like a he didn't make. So it kind of makes sense that it's not a spider. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it does its job. I think it's cool, and the web cape is the coolest thing ever.
that's fair. Oh, Spider-Man Unlimited is so good though. Sorry, side thing.
Yeah.
And then our final question. I sent no, sorry. What's your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant. I'm gonna have to say it's this stupid, like dinky little buffet that's right next to my girlfriend's house, called Uptown Buffet. I don't know if it's like a global thing, like I don't know if there's more of them or it's just this one here. But yeah, I just have a lot of really funny memories from there. And yeah, I just kind of claimed it as like my spot. Like that's my place. That's where I go when I can't think of anything.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Stone, for coming on. Everybody else, thank you so much for watching. This was a really fun Creatorcast episode, and I hope that we get more like this. We're 14 episodes in. Season 2 is going great. But this cosplay of the week is by Mask. We have the PS5 symbiote suit, and it looks amazing. Like the tendrils and everything that are on this. Not to mention, it looks like the entire thing is puff paint, plus the eyes. It looks absolutely incredible. Highly suggest giving this a like and giving the person a follow if you feel like it. Everybody, thank you very much for watching, and have a very, very nice day.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.